is now time for the Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters out there. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes, here, up and at 'em, strong as ever. It is such a pleasure to be with you. So glad that I got through yesterday and so glad that you're here to join me. It is a terrific Tuesday. The market's there having a terrific time right now. You've got futures up across the board with the exception of the old Shanghai that closed down just a couple of points, but you've got the Dow futures up about 140 points plus. Right now, you got the NASDAQ futures up 30. You got the ES Mini up 17. And, folks, I am so glad to be here, feeling a whole heck of a lot better than I certainly was yesterday. We'll see how long that's going to last. I've got a long day here with you. After this show, you've got Tom and I doing the Money Masters, and I come back for a third hour. And, futures are absolutely up. Now, before we get to that, before we get to the markets, because, as far as where things are going, I'll tell you that the E-mini right now is on its way up to the 1226 area. It's actually right now up 17 points. It's at 1216. So it's got another 10 points to go. The Santa Claus rally, if you will, seems to potentially be underway. Now, we're going to go around the world, during the morning, and we'll take a look at what's going on over in Europe. We'll take a look at the currencies because it's all about the currencies. But I do want to send out a special thank you to Kathy in New Hampshire. She is the one, folks, if the Santa Claus rally starts, then Kathy in New Hampshire is the one that is responsible for it because she's the one that sent the Santa Claus rally hat. That was the problem, right? You talk about playing baseball and you got to have a rally cap. Well, the whole problem, now that I see it, the whole problem was I didn't have that Santa Claus rally cap. Well, it's in place now, and we'll see how this thing is going to play out. Is this going to be another pop and drop? I don't think so. It's not going to be at least another pop and drop right from the opening. There's too many things that are in place right now to show that the markets want to trade a bit higher. I don't think you want to jump on board this train just yet. You do want to wait for a pullback. These markets do nothing but breathe. They go up and down. And we'll take a look at where those next patterns, are going to set up. But yesterday, totally under the weather. And one of the things that we were talking about last week was decision making. Yesterday I was talking about the problem solving and just really the importance of being able to come from an area of strength, if you will, whenever you're making decisions or whenever it is you're having to overcome difficult issues. And quite frankly, yesterday was really a great example for me because the ability to overcome and not be hacking all over the phone and coughing was more of a mental thing. I can tell you it was absolutely mental because when I got out of here, when I was finished with Tom's, when we finished the Money Masters show, folks, it was everything I could do to stop from coughing, if you will. But yesterday, the key was that what I was able to do was I was able to shift my focus. When I felt myself going into that area of fear, oh my God, don't let me be coughing and hacking because, there was a stage there. I'll tell you that here I am wanting to produce a great show every day. Absolutely, that's what I want to do. When I'm rolling around at night or what have you, my mind is going about, what is it that we can how can I actually move somebody? And the importance about moving somebody, folks, the only way that you can move somebody is if you're moved yourself. So, the importance of understanding movement or progress, if you will, or being able to move yourself. And we're in this one-man, one-woman army business for the most part. You're making all of your trading decisions on your own. You are certainly using the advice of others, but you're always, no matter what advice somebody gives you, you're always they're questioning, is the advice good? Is their trade going to be good? Maybe it's your own. Is the pattern good? What is it that, and so movement, talking about being able to move yourself. Well, part of being able to get yourself into a peak physical state, if you will, a peak mental state, is really being able to move yourself. And that's what yesterday was all about. That's what yesterday I had the opportunity to do. And I want to share that with you. I think it's so important because no matter what it is you're doing in life, it doesn't have to be just these markets. It can just simply be anything. And during these holidays, when people go through a roller coaster of emotions, if you will, expectations and, life's biggest disappointments, folks, are unfulfilled expectations. So the holidays can be one of those real terrific times where you've got to be able to move yourself and make sure that you're properly focused. And what I do, and I talked about the importance of having, when you're solving a problem, having at least 3 solutions. You'd like to have more than 3 solutions. If you have 1, you're stuck, right? If you have 2, it's a dilemma, if you will. If you've got 3, you've got choices. And so I want you to, what I do, at any point in time, I can go to a little bag that I've got up in my mind, and I can pull from any area of a sign of strength that I want. For example, I'll give you the 4 of them. I've got 3 children. Wonderful, wonderful, beautiful kids. Hopefully someday you get the opportunity to meet them. But those 3, and then my best friend was a business partner for such a long time, and spent quite a bit of time in Vietnam. So I've got 4 different stories from each of them. 3 that I've actually witnessed. 1 that I actually truly experienced, through my business partner's eyes, if you will. And my kids, I'll give it to you real quick, because I'm going to share them with you, because I want you to be able to go back, and I want you to write down on a sheet of paper some experiences that actually moved you, because you can't move yourself unless you have actually been moved. And so you want to be able to find those experiences where you've been moved in life. When you do that, then all of a sudden, in a heartbeat, you can come from an area of strength. I have my son. My son was, at a young age, played a bunch of ice hockey. Really incredible athlete. I mean, I wish I had his golf swing. That's a different story. But one of the things, when he was about 12 years old, for whatever reason, the coach saw something inside him, which I could see what that was. He's just a very talented individual, and really relied on him to help to lead the team. He was not the oldest person on the team. He was not the best player on the team. He was not the best skater on the team. He was great, no question about it, but wasn't the best at all those things. What he was good at was leading. And when it came down to the championship game and it went to a tie and they went to a shootout, if you will, what the coach did was they turned the puck, over to my son Connor. And what was so great, because I can live that experience, I can watch the fear and your ability to be able to change your focus. And sure enough, he skated down there, put that puck in the net, led his team to victory, if you will. My oldest daughter, Shay, she was the captain of her volleyball team. Now, this, folks, is amazing. You think maybe I was a little sick yesterday. I watched her with the flu, where she absolutely was throwing up. Had a trash can, had 2 trash cans at both sides of the court, if you will, and literally in between plays, if you will, would go over, actually heave in the can, get herself prepped, and get back in there and play. This was one of the most important games that they had to play. Everybody, now I was watching, I knew what was going on right from the beginning. Eventually, the crowd saw exactly what she was going through. There were times when she would take herself out of the game and then come back in as soon as, because you know that process when you're going through that. But the reality was, she led her team, if you will, by being able to overcome that. Her focus was not being able to let her team down. I drew from that experience also yesterday, because I didn't want to let myself down. I didn't want to let you down. I didn't want to let anybody down. Wanted to make sure that I was able to put on a good show with good energy. But that is such a, she moved an entire group. Nobody wanted that team to lose after they saw what she did. My youngest, Kaylee, at 5, 6 years old, she was part of a dance group, if you will, and she wouldn't come out on stage. Absolute stage fright. Just simply knew the moves and everything like that, but wouldn't come out. Well, 6, 7 years later, she's a great musician, absolutely incredible musician. Musicians, when you see a great musician, you know that they're playing from within inside themselves, from their heart. Where they're actually able to pour out their heart, and you hear it in music. All 3 of my kids played music. It's the most beautiful thing in the world. And in her case, she went 7 years later. She was, and she's an incredible sax player. In fact, I'll get one of her songs. We'll actually play it during one of the before the show starts. From 12 years old, you got to picture this. And this is not just a father, being proud. Of course, I am a father being proud. But the reality was, 6, 7 years later, she was on a stage doing a solo with a band behind her in front of 2,000 people. So the ability to watch individuals, and then John, what he went through, actually being in a battle, being on the line, having to make a decision whether to hightail it out there or come back and help to save some of his buddies. Risking his life or what have you. So I've got a tool chest, if I will, at any point in time when I need to change my state. I've got others, but I just simply go to those 4. Those are 4 core areas, and each of you should do this. You should absolutely do it during the holidays, because you're going to be tested. The universe is going to test you no matter what, because it's always testing us. That's just simply how it works. And the question is, do you really want what it is that you want in your life? And I hope the answer is yes. And you've got to find strong reasons why, but you've got to be able to put yourself into a peak mental state. You've got to do it when you're trading, because you have to take a look at the patterns that are out there. You don't have to do anything. I suggest that you take a look at patterns, and I'm going to be able to teach you. Thanks to Kathy, she sent this because she said I was able to teach her something about Gartley's. Well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to teach her and you something about Gartley's. I'm going to teach you about when Gartley's are success and when they're failures, what they eventually turn into. And, thank you so much, Kathy, because I think everybody that was waiting for a Santa Claus rally is really going to be, send her $1, folks. You're going to be a millionaire. Send her $1, because I think we got the actual rally cap going here right now. Again, you've got the Dow futures up about 150 points or so. You got the S&P up 18. Folks, it is so great to be here with you. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today, click Investment Newsletters, and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Hi folks, Steve Rhodes here. Tom O'Brien and I need your help. Together, let's change the cash for gold industry once and for all. Now is the time to unleash the game changer, and that's you folks. We've all seen the power of viral marketing. It's overthrown dictators, and now it's time to rid the thieves in this cash for gold industry. Together, we can change this industry in a heartbeat. You know about our industry-leading payouts, our free tools, our video valuation, and the education that we provide to help folks value their jewelry. Tom and I are experts and the industry's most trusted team. Please join us now by spreading the word to your entire email list. We'll pay you 5% of the total payout, which on average would be $50 per transaction. 100 transactions is $5,000 in your pocket. We'd rather put our marketing dollars in your pocket and more money in your referrals pocket. Go to TigerMetalExchange.com and click on the Become a Partner button to join our team. Let's start a revolution, folks. We can't do it without you. TigerMetalExchange.com, the only click you need to make.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Give the gift of silver. This holiday season, TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing, allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Don't forget, you can test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. Futures still strong, getting even stronger here. Santa Claus looks like it's on the way. Is this just a short covering rally, or are we actually going to really drift up with a little bit of volume here? Now, what I've got up on my screen, are really two patterns that I want you to pay attention to. Now, it's a 10-minute chart. We're taking a look at the ES Mini, the S&P futures contract. And where we're going to start with yesterday morning, 7 o'clock, 7:10, if you will, when the high on the futures were about 12.18. That's our X point, if you will. That's our X marks the spot. Now, the futures moved all the way down into this point right here. This was at the exact time here was at 4 o'clock, going into the close yesterday. Futures moved down to a low of 11.95. Now, what do we then do? We make an AB equals CD pattern, or we begin to make an AB equals CD pattern. The futures immediately start to move up, and so that became our A point. That 16 at 4 p.m., the low of that session became our A point. Our B point in this here came at 10:50 last evening. The high up there was 12:07. So that was our A to B. Then our C point, we only backed off. If you can see down here, I know it's hard to see. It's a very shallow retracement. It's a 0.382 retracement, and it backs off into the time frame here of, let's take a look at this. This is at 3 a.m. This morning, 3:10 a.m., gets down to a low of 12:03.75. Now, when you only do a 0.382 retracement, it's like taking a rubber band, running it around a pencil or a finger, if you will, only backing it off 38% and letting it go. When you let it go like that, you're going to have some real energy, some juice in it. And so your A to B equals C to D. If we just simply draw that on here, when you have that kind of juice, that says you're going to do more than a 1-to-1 A to B equals C to D. Well, the 1-to-1 A to B equals C to D is at 12.14.26. You can see right now we're trading out at 12.17. A 1 to 1.272 is right where we're trading right now. So you would expect to at least do that. Now, if you bust through this area, your next move up on your ABC gets into that 1.618 area, 1.618 being 12.21. Now, I mentioned 12.26 was really the range that we're shooting for. So why did I do that? Well, first, let me get rid of this AB equals CD pattern that's up here. And what I want you to see is this made on a 10-minute chart, and it doesn't matter what type of, what time frame you're trading these charts on. You want to understand these patterns because they absolutely do put the probability on your side. If you want to be trading with a pattern that gives you, 65, 70, 75% chance of a winning trade, or understanding when the trade fails, how to fail successfully, and then what to look for. You want to understand these patterns. Well, this is a really beautiful pattern with regard to the sacred geometry that shows up here. Look, you've got a 0.786 retracement coming right in here, right in this 12.13, 12.14 area. So right where you finish the an A to B equals C to D. You've got a 2.618 expansion off your B to C move coming in right there. Another really beautiful, that's a real expansion there, folks. And when it expands beyond that, that tells you you've got some strength in the move here. We had that 0.382 retracement, so that was telling us you had some strength here. When this fails, when a 0.786 pattern fails, first you're going to do that move of a move. Well, that move of a move takes us all the way back to about 7 a.m. yesterday. And so we're inside, if you will, we're kind of inside that swing point. If we use the 7 a.m. swing point, the bottom of that is down at 12.1675, the high at 12.1950. So you're first going to do at least a move of a move, maybe back off just a bit. But what I found is that when you have 0.786 Gartleys, especially with this kind of geometry, especially with a 2.618, a 0.382 retracement, what that then sets up, that turns into a butterfly pattern. And even though it's on a 10-minute chart, it's a butterfly pattern, and what you'd be looking for, you'll see that a 1.27, now let me move this over just a bit so you can see it. The 1.272 butterfly expansion finishes right up here in that 1226 area. That is on the 10-minute chart. So let's say there's actually some juice behind this move. And let's say this pattern does play out. You get a butterfly pattern. What you'd want to look for is you want to look for some type of pullback. So you want to maybe have this on your screen, as well as perhaps the ETF or whatever it is that you might be trading out there. But you're going to want to see some juice in it. Otherwise, we've got 2 weeks. We got less than 2 weeks, if you will, trading days. What we have today's Tuesday, so you've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You got 4 days left this week, if you will. You've got 4 days next week, so things are going to be a little bit light. I know most folks out there probably haven't gotten their shopping done, so folks are going to be out buying gifts, if you will. Hopefully, you're going to think about buying gifts with Tiger dollars. But when we come back, we're going to go to K Rico in Costa Rica. We're going to take a look at the IYR. Folks, you can give me a call, 877-927-6648. He's back. We'll be right back, folks.
This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given...
Homeowners, did you know a burglar could break into your home and get away in just 5 minutes? A locked door may not be enough to keep a thief out of your home. Think about what you can lose, and then think about this. Now you can get a free security system monitored by ADT, the leader in home security. Pick up your phone now and get free hardware, free medical and fire alert, and free activation. It's an $850 value. Just call Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, at 1-800-949-8207. You'll get 24-hour protection, and there's no cost for parts or activation. So call now about a free security system monitored by ADT. Call 1-800-949-8207. $99 installation charge. 36-month monitoring agreement at $35.99 a month. Call for terms and conditions to this offer and protect your home license numbers. Call now. 1-800-949-8207. That's 1-800-949-8207.
Did you know that the price of gold is up over 24% this year, while the GDX, the Market Vectors Gold Miners ETF, is actually down 1.4% this year? Not all gold stocks are created equal, and not all gold stocks move with the price of gold. In October, Tom O'Brien recommended a buy of FCX in his gold report, and only 6 trading days later advised his clients to close the position, profiting almost 22% in this one trade. During the same 6 trading days, the price of gold was barely up 5%. Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives investors the inside edge they need to profit in this gold market. Each Monday morning, Tom issues a gold market update at around 9:30 a.m., then issues a full report each Tuesday afternoon. For as low as $75 per month, you can gain access to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. To order your gold report with a free 30-day trial subscription, log on to TFNN.com today or call 877-518-9190.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And we are off to the races. You've got the Dow up 181 points. S&P's up 20. Composite up 15. Small caps up 16. Lead the charge, 2.2% up. NDX is up 1%. And the New York Stock Exchange up 1.8%. I would say the Santa Claus rally. Well, we'll take a look at it. You know, we got to see what kind of volume we've got behind here. But let's go to our man, Kay Rico. Kay, thanks so much for holding.
Hey, Steve, I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, sounds like you're driving a Big Mac truck.
Seriously?
No, it's okay. You're good. You're good. You wanted to look at the... Go ahead.
I'm using Skype from Costa Rica, so sometimes it's not the best connection.
Yeah, no, not too bad at all. You got to love being able to take advantage of technology. Now, you wanted to look at the IYR. You got the 52-week high is 63. 52-week low, 46.7. It's got a 4.5% short interest on it, trading right now out at 55.67. What are you looking at here?
Well, it just seems like it's had a good, strong, steady year, you know, and it pays a dividend, and it's a REIT, and those guys have a lot of following.
Yeah, yeah. Are you in it, looking to get in it? What's your...
Honestly, Steve, I'm just looking for somebody's thoughts about it.
Somebody to talk about it. Well, but are you looking to actually get into it, or what? You know, what are your thoughts here? Yeah. Okay.
Well, here's my thoughts. I really believe that my roadmap for the next couple of days is going to be very strong market. You know, I still think we're going to get to 1307 before we really start heading down seriously in 2012.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm comfortable with 1307 as my target.
You mean the Santa Claus rally?
I don't even think about Santa Claus. I just think about the fact that we are going to have a false, huge rally, and then the wheels are going to fall off sometime around the middle of January.
Yeah, okay. So
and I really want to just tell you that one of the most influential people was my father and Napoleon Hill.
Oh, that's great. That's Think and Grow Rich.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. No. My father was my hero in the fact that he was such a quiet, humble man and never talked about his being a hero in World War II in Germany.
Yeah.
And my father turning me on to listen to tapes of Napoleon Hill at a young age.
Yeah, so you have those cassette tapes too, huh?
I actually had to buy Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich cassette tape.
Yeah. I
had to repeat buy it because I wore it out driving around all through Michigan with my little Ford Bronco station wagon, the ones that were going to blow up if you got the Pinto.
I love it. That's right, the Pinto. Yeah, the Pinto was going to blow up, and the Corvairs, they were catching on fire. I can vouch for that.
So the fact was that I played those tapes repeatedly in my business mind to accelerate my thinking because of this man's proven techniques.
No question. And folks, if you haven't, if you haven't had a chance to either read the book or, catch it, heck, if everybody's getting, not everybody, but so many people are getting these different devices, it'd be a great book to download and read. And like Kay Rico and I, we did the cassette versions, when we were just youngsters, but it absolutely did influence us. And I imagine that it's out on CDs. I imagine that somebody's got it out on CDs or what have you. But, it's really good. it's really good to listen to, just even, 5-minute chunks, if you will, that will just simply help you out. So, K. Rico, thanks for 8-track. No, it was never on 8-track tapes, that's for sure. At least not that I know of. But, K. Rico, thanks so much for calling, and have yourself a great day, all right?
You too.
All righty. Folks, you got the Dow up 216, S&P up 24. We'll be right back.
Give the gift of silver this holiday season. TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of the money game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how. At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
I'm very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, Did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted that was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by South American Silver Corporation. For more information, just click the South American Silver Corporation banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. You got the Dow up 240 now. You've got the S&Ps up 25. Composite up 58. Big move going on. You got the small caps up by 2.7% right now. And what I do have up on my screen, if you take a look at probably the last 3-4 trading sessions, we've had a little pop and drop, if you will. You could have faded the gap that was created. Each morning we wake up, we've got gaps in these markets, and that is the volatility that's going on that we have up here. And what I do is, you can see on my screen, now you may not be able to see it that clearly, but I think it's important, depending on if you're a day trader or if you just simply want to understand what's going on in the markets, maybe understand your stops and so forth, is you want want to understand, what I call that opening price principle. Larry Pesavento wrote a book about the opening price principle, and so whether you refer to this as the opening price principle, the opening range, if you will, it's very important, because in overnight trading, you got futures up and so forth. It's very important to take a look at that first 30 minutes of the session. You can also take a look at that first 5 minutes of the session. I'm probably going to be spending tomorrow. I do every other week I do a live webcast with all of my clients, those that are working that can't be there. They catch the archive of it, and I take a look at some special things that I teach them, maybe some strategies, if you will, or simply, more about Gartley's. We take a look at the lunar aspects. Yesterday, we did have a third quarter moon come in, and that third quarter, we've been playing the third quarter, the first quarter. Now, it looked like the third quarter low we were going to see was really coming into Friday's close, but obviously the market pushed down yesterday. You've got a nice liftoff from there, if you will, with regard to this rally. We'll see what the volume tells us, but in this case here, what you'd be wanting to watch, for those of you that play, fading the gap, if you will, what you're going to want to watch right now, you've got some good strength here. I've just got the 5-minute chart up. Let me just go ahead and blow that up so you can take a look at that. And on the 5-minute chart, we're just really taking a look at today's action. So today's action, you can see that you had a nice gap up. You had some decent volume. I'm looking at the cues here. You can do this with any ETF that you might be focused on or trading. And so if we're taking a look at the cues here, you can see in the first 5 minutes you did 4.3 million shares. In the next 5 minutes here, you actually came back and you tested the high in that first 5-minute session. You can see in this next one that we're in right now, you've got some volume picking up. You still have another minute or so left. You've got 3.2 million shares traded. That was after 3.3 in the last session. Okay, so we just finished this one here. So you do have some volume picking up. If what you'd want to do on this 5-minute chart is you'd have to see a break. You would absolutely have to see a break of the low that was established so far in the Qs, that low being the 55.17 area. But I don't think it'll come back down there. If you did get it to pull back, you'd want to be taking a look at a pullback. If you were going to be playing intraday, even if you're just simply going to do it on a pad of paper, just to understand, the opening price principle, if you will, what you'd want to do is you'd want to be taking a look at some type of signal as it comes back to that 55.42 area, the high in those first 5 minutes. Now, I might change that a little bit as we get into the first 30 minutes of trading here. But right now, that's what I would be looking at doing, because we are seeing some decent strength in here. We're seeing some decent volume. If I just come back in here and we take a look at the last time we had any volume like that, it was going into the open on the 16th. So a couple of trading sessions ago, you can see how the market did move up here. Here is that first 5-minute session. And if we really take a look at, you can see how the bottom there, if you're going across, if you can see that red line, how that bottom there actually held as it completed the session. So the low of that day ended up being, where the market actually closed, if you will. Oftentimes, what you will see is during that first 30 minutes, you will see that over 50% of the time, it'll mark either the high or the low of the day. And so we'll pay attention to that. If we just take a look around the ETFs, let's go over to the ETFs on the other ETFs on a 10-minute chart here, and then we'll go over to the currency, because it certainly is about the currency. If we take a look at let's take a look at the small caps here. The small caps on a 5-minute chart here. What you can see is you've now done a move of a move here. Okay, when you can see we've got, if you will, 3 or 4 different tops out here, and as you're coming in, this one right here on this 5-minute chart, this is a 5-minute chart. Coming in at 1040 yesterday, 394,000 shares. We came into that here with 1.9 million shares. Now, 1.9 million shares. Now, let me just get rid of the, there we go. And so the other high that we had out here was on the 9:35 time frame, December 19th, 1 million shares. Again, we're coming into that with 1.9 million. If we come back all the way over here to the left, you had 1.5. So you've got some juice. You've got some juice as you're coming into those swing points, if you will, that move of a move. What do we do when we do a move of a move? We usually pull back a little bit. What's the market doing right here during this 5-minute session? Pulling back just a bit. So you'd want to be watching the volume here on the small caps. You'd want to be watching the volume as you get, if it would come back and it would test the low from this morning. On the small caps, you'd be looking at 72.51. You'd love to see it pull all the way back for you, get below 72.51 on less than 1.3 million shares, and then look for some confirming signal after that. That would be one possible way to consider playing this. But you can't do that until you can understand what's going on with King Dollar or what's going on around the world. If we take a quick tour around the world here, time absolutely does fly. Well, we take a look at the DAX, and you can see the DAX has got some strength in it. Yesterday, we were looking for the DAX to try to confirm a bullish engulf, and it didn't yesterday. I can get rid of some of the stuff that's on here, but you can see the DAX is trading out strongly. Let's take a look at the first stop for the DAX is going to be the 0.382 retracement area, which is just a little bit higher. Looks like that's right there in the 58.41 level. You've traded as high right now as 58.25. 58.25. So it's got a little bit further to go. That's going to be the first test of the DAX. That's just a normal retracement as we go from the top down. If we take a look at the FTSE, let's see what's going on with the FTSE. The FTSE was struggling this morning, but it is getting its act in gear, if you will. Now, it did have strength. If we take a look at this, let me see. This thing closed here yesterday, 53.64.99, opened up this morning 53.65, so it does not have a bullish engulfing going there. Let's take a quick look around. Let's take a look. What did the Nikkei do last night? The Nikkei just up a bit, and we'll be right back, folks. 877-927-6648. Stay tuned. Tom and I are coming up in a segment or two segments from now, and so glad to be here with you.
As Tom says, go long America. Now you can join TFNN and Barnes & Noble to keep money in your community. Purchase Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, before December 31st from your local Barnes & Noble store. And you will be given access to not just one, but two exceptional archived courses. Tiger Scaling, The Tiger Butterfly, and Gartley. The Art of Timing the Trade is more than just a book. It's an educational journey that will help you understand the Wall Street greed cycle and learn how to recognize profit from genuine price moves. So, for the cost of just under $30, you will receive in excess of $300 in trading education from Tom O'Brien, TFNN, and Barnes & Noble. And you will be helping to support an important local business, your local bookstore. If you do not have a Barnes & Noble in your community, then go to your local bookstore. We'll be sure to work with them to keep your purchase local. So let's support our local businesses. Keep money in your community and get a great education. But be sure to act now, because you have until December 31st to take advantage of this opportunity. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio, therefore we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the Opening Call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his Opening Call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his Opening Call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the Opening Call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the fourth quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York Stock Exchanges under the symbol GBG.
Catch Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to your trading and investing. The Money Masters, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. Dow's up 230. S&P up 24, composite up 53, small caps up 18. And what I've got up on my screen here right now for you to take a look at is the Great British Pound U.S. dollar. This is on a 30-minute chart. And one of my clients is trading this. Got a email from him probably about, I think it came in around 6 o'clock or so this morning. And he was in the trade and was just looking for a little bit of advice on this. He's got a nice heck of a move underway here. And if we just simply, let me just pull this up here, put this on the daily chart. We'll come back to the 30-minute chart in just one moment. So I've got the daily chart on here. And if you just simply, let me get rid of the couple of these red lines here. And let's blow this up just a bit. So now, when you take a look at the, coming from just a normal retracement from this last move that we've got, taking a look at the December 8th high at 1.5769 all the way down to the low that it made on December the 14th, the low down there at 1.5408. What you can see is not only did this thing slice through the 0.382 this morning, but it sliced through the 0.618 and got right up to the 0.786. 0.786 looks like right around 1.5691. What did this thing get up to? It got up to a high of 1.5692. You got to love this stuff, folks. You absolutely got to love this stuff, right? Now, what was my suggestion to him? Because he wasn't sure, should he take some profits? You know, what should he do? And so my advice was, well, first, you let the market take you out. Take your position, separate it into at least 2 trades so that you have a couple of different stops. Why? What we had here was we had a Gartley pattern, in essence, set up. Now, you didn't have that same type of sacred geometry that we were looking at on the ES Mini where we had a 2.618 and so forth, but you still had a nice A to B equals C to D, and it was completed right in this area. If you just simply go up to the highs, down to the lows, you can see, you know, the 0.786 area on this was also right about here. I just simply was taking a look at this large bar, and let me just blow this up a bit here. So you can see this is, again, on a 30-minute chart, and when you see a wide-ranging bar like this, it's telling you there's some real strength. So what you can see is I just simply went down from the low at 1:30 this morning all the way up to the top of that bar and just simply suggested that what he'd do is let the market take him out of this trade, because it looked like that 618 and 786 area was going to be hit, and instead, you know, take his position and let the market take out half of that position at the 159 area, because let the market take you out many times in this trade. Yesterday we let the market take us out of a trade. We were inside TNA. We had some, you know, pretty decent profits in that. Would have loved to have seen that thing ran. But we were in essence, a risk-free trade yesterday. We ended up having to close one trade. The market closed it for us. We ended up with no loss. I know there's some folks, some new listeners, I had quite a few new subscribers. Some got in it, closed out that position this morning. But look, folks, you're never going to nail every trade right. But when you can get into a trade and you've got a trade and it's relatively risk-free, especially when you're playing a triple, and if the market takes you out, so be it. You know, but there's always going to be another trade. Why? because these markets breathe. You know, we show it to you time and time again. They get to these different areas here, folks, where they make these 786 retracements. They make these 1.618 expansions, 2.618 expansions, and it is a beautiful thing. And so, folks, you need to send Kathy $1 because she is the one that started the Santa Claus rally, if you will. And right now you got the markets up 233 in the Dow. S&P's up 25. We absolutely love being here with you. Stay tuned because Tom and I are going to be coming up next. We'll be doing the Money Masters, and I'll be back with you an hour after that. I am so glad to be here with you. A little bit healthier than yesterday. Have a great morning, folks, and see you in just a few minutes. Bye-bye now.
Now, here's Steve Rhodes.
Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends.
That's
We're
Nova.
so glad you could attend. Come inside, come inside.
Good morning, traders. Hi, folks. This is Steve Rhodes coming to you live from the TFN Radio and Television Network. Looked like we had an old opening in there. Look, folks, it is so great to be with you. Thanks so much for joining me. You can watch us on Tiger TV. Just go to the homepage of TFN.com and click on Tiger TV. You'll be able to see this show live, or if you're catching the archive of this, thanks so much for doing so. And, folks, you can always catch the archive on channel 14 or 15. The Money Masters is on 15, I think it is, and the Trader's Edge is on channel 14. So you want to do that? You know, I absolutely want to be able to teach you something. We'll be taking a look at the charts. We'll take a look at patterns that are out there right now. You've got the Dow. The Santa Claus rally is in effect right now. You've got the Dow up 276, S&P's up 32, Composite up 71. Talk about a move up 2.8%. Small caps up 3.5%, up 25 points right now. Everything is green except for King Dollar. King Dollar down 69 ticks. You got bonds are down just a bit. Gold up $22. Silver up 65. Silver bells. Now let's go to. We've had a couple of callers that were calling that called earlier on in the Money Masters show. They've been kind enough to hold. So we're going to go over to Deke in Clearwater. Deke, thanks for calling. Thanks so much for holding.
You got it. How you doing, Steve?
Doing better than yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Each day a little bit stronger. Getting rid of this crud that Tom and I have.
Yep, got to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. You wanted to look at Apple? Tell me what you're doing here?
I'm long Apple, and I'm thinking overhead supplies here. You know, it just crashed through 91, so it's headed to 95. I'm wondering if I should take my cash today, or should I swing trade it until tomorrow?
Well, here's what I would do. Right now, when you take a look at Apple, so if you take a look at a couple of things here, and we're just simply going to go up right now from the low that Apple made on November 25th during this cycle here, like so many equities did. And what you can see, folks, going from the November 25th low all the way up to the December 5th high, it pulled back to just about the 0.618 area, came back into this area here, the strong day from October 4th, where we had some volume. You've got a gap up this morning. And so you got a gap up, so you got some strength. And right now, we're at 1109, and what we've done is 4.5 million shares. Now, the B point on this, Deke, would be that December 5th time frame where you did 13 million shares. You're trading inside there right now. You gapped up into it. And, what you'd like to do is you'd like to see that 396.41 get taken out with more than 13 million shares. If you do that, then you've got an ABC up on this. You know what I mean? Are you there? Oh, Deke dropped. Okay. So I think Deke was shaking his head yes. So what you want to do here, because you've got this gap up, so that alone shows some strength. So we're, an hour and a half into trading. So in an hour and a half, you've done 4.5 million shares. So my guess is that's going to easily equate to more than 13 million shares. Of course, let's go take a look. Let's drop down and see how it's done, how Apple's done on the 30-minute time frame. Did all this volume come in right at the open? So at the open, what we had 2 million shares. Then it dropped back to 1 million shares, basically 930. Then 663,000 shares. That's where it's at right now. The last, so 1 million before. So, what you want to do is, and let's take a look at the swing point as it's coming into it on the 30-minute. Let's see if we can find that out here for Deke. So we're looking right up here where I think that 396.41 at 11 o'clock. And what you have up there is only 973,000 shares. If we just take our crosshair and go over, you had 2.6 million at 10 a.m. on December the 8th. and you're trading inside that swing point. If you come over and you take a look at, you had just under 2 million at 10 o'clock on December the 13th. So now as we're coming in right now, we're in there with 685,000 shares, but you got 14, 15, 19 minutes to go. So, what I would do, Deke, is I would sit tight and I would see how that, on a daily chart, I would go down, intraday, and I would take a look at how that swing point gets handled. And you might want to stay a little bit longer, especially if you can get over there, because if you do get over that swing point, what you'll do is you'll start heading up here into the 406 area, the 408 area, maybe up right here where you're going to run into a little bit. Your first test is going to be right down here on the October 19th low, 397.80. So you'll want to be able to watch that. Let's go to Steve in Chicago. Steve, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding.
Hey, good morning, Steve. How are you?
I'm doing great. Yourself?
Excellent. Thanks so much. Love the show, by the way.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks so much for listening. Are you originally from Chicago?
I am. I'm actually a Chicago native. I grew up here, then moved away for about 20 years, and then came back about 5 years ago.
Oh, that's great. Now, how's the winter up there right now?
You know what? It's not a Chicago winter. It's pretty weird. It's been in the 30s and 40s so far.
Now, I thought it was supposed to be some snow maybe today that was up in your area.
Yeah, a little bit of crummy weather, but
just a dusting, though, not anything big.
Yeah, nothing serious. It really has. Winter hasn't come yet. It's kind of weird.
Chicago is a great town. Absolutely fantastic town.
It is a great town.
Yeah, a lot of energy up there, except for the winters. It is. It's absolutely just a fantastic town. Such great energy up there.
Yeah, and if you like to trade, you've got the Board of Trade and the Merc and
yes,
Options Exchange. So.
Yeah, and nice golf courses up there, too.
And some nice places to play golf. In fact, they're going to play the, help me out here. We're playing the, in 2 years.
I don't know, Ryder Cup? Is the
Ryder Cup? Yeah.
Oh, okay, the Ryder Cup's coming
right up there. Yeah, it's about 20 minutes from where I live. At Medina.
Oh, is it? Okay, great.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be great. Yeah, they played a senior U.S. Open at a course up there that I played. I can't remember the name of it right now. Up in Europe. But anyways, it's just great golf up there. But anyway, so you wanted to look at Hanson. Are you in Hanson?
Hanson Natural. I'm not, but I've been in and out of it. I'm not in it now.
Yeah.
And a question for you, I'm looking at the chart, and, as it's gotten near this $100 mark,
yes,
it seems to be a little indecisive.
Okay.
And then if you go back to last Friday, which was options expiration, it did a lot of volume.
Okay, right, it did. And what was behind that? Do you know? Was there some?
I don't. I really don't. And that was what I was curious about. Was that actual buying, or was that more of an expiration effect?
Yeah, I don't know if there's any news or anything behind it. There wasn't anything that popped up on my screen here when I took a look at it. And what Steve is talking about, folks, the high. 52-week high is 98.36, and the Hanson right now is trading out as we speak at 99.76. So actually, that is the new 52-week high. Well, my screen. How about that? My screen's not 98.36. It's trading out at 96.76. I can't read even though I've got these glasses on.
Yeah, it's like at about 96.80.
Yeah, exactly. And the 52-week low is $50. Now this is a great stock. I used to trade this back in the 2006, 2007 time frame, and 2005. And this was now how I got in this stock, Steve.
Yeah,
was I used to go to Costco all the time. When the businesses that I had out at in the theme parks out at Disney, we bought a lot of supplies and stuff from Costco. And every time I'm in a Costco, I watch what's moving out the door.
Oh, yeah.
And there were all those Monster energy drinks moving outside the door. And I said, I got to check into that, and came across Hanson Natural.
Oh, it's booming. I mean, it's a little more mature in the States, but overseas, their sales are really...
Is that it? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so that's still, there's still, fundamentally, I think it's still sound, although, you look at the chart, and, I mean, this thing is, it's almost parabolic.
It is. So what I have up on my screen right now just happens to be a monthly chart going back to the high out in October of 2007. Now, I know this stock had done some reverse splits and so forth, but just simply taking a look at this stock, you're looking at the 68.40, October of 2007, pulls back into October of 2008 down to a low of 2052. If you just simply took your Fibonacci expansion ruler from there, the 1.618 gets you up to 97.99. And this thing, which is pretty wild, because this thing actually traded out at 98.36. So it completed that piece of the move. So that's just simply on the monthly. If we come down and take a look at this on a weekly basis, see what we have going on here on a weekly basis. I mean, everybody's loving this stock. Everybody is having a good time because everybody is pretty much in the money, with the exception of just simply a few folks.
Yeah.
This week, and it's got that volume. So I guess to a certain extent, to answer your question, whether it was the volume's real, right? You got to get that. Whether it was funds, whoever it was, clearly you had some funds that were coming in here, and you had some volume. And but what you'd like to do on this stock here, if you're not in it, you'd at least like to see it come back to that breakout area.
Sure.
So you'd like to see it come down to the 92.60, maybe even if it would get down to 91.13. But I think you would start taking a look at it as it gets down in there. If we just simply see when did that volume come in, I'll just come down to a 30-minute chart here. So all that volume where this thing actually broke out at was right at about that 89.56 level. And I'm going back to the 2:30 in the afternoon on November the 3rd before you. Let me just make sure that's right.
Yeah, which is and that would indicate that it's expiration volume.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, because it's coming to the end of the day settlement.
Right. But you still got if it comes back and it tests out that area, it might be something that you might want to consider.
Hey, on the weekly chart, real quick.
Yeah.
When you see that sort of that parabolic rise, and then you see the price action starts, you basically see the range increase fairly dramatically.
Yeah.
That feels like a topping pattern to me. Is that because you got a nice smooth rise until looks like probably in earnings, and then it starts. You really start getting a lot of chop.
Well, look, this stock, has some psycho characteristics to it.
Yeah.
So you do have to. There's no question about that. You do have to be careful, when you're trading this stock. I mean, I've got the weekly chart up on my screen, folks, and when you take a look at the volume, as it's made its way up compared to some of these spikes that you have back here in the 2006 time frame. That was the time frame, I believe, when they were originally going to try to sell. It was Anheuser-Busch or somebody was Budweiser. One of the companies was going to take a look at buying these guys out. And so, but that's old news, way back there. But from a volume standpoint, here's how I would play it. This would be a great stock when we're in the next bull leg, or any stock when you're up near its highs and we're in a bull leg. Then you want to be in a stock like this where everybody's at the party, because it's got some energy, especially one like you say, you've taken a look at it fundamentally and it's got some great overseas growth. All righty?
Hey, thanks so much, Steve.
Hey, you bet. Thanks for your time. Thanks for listening. I appreciate it. Folks, 877-927-6648. Dow's up 284. S&P's up 32. Everything is pretty green out there. We'll be right back, folks.
Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
As Tom says, go long America. Now you can join TFNN and Barnes & Noble to keep money in your community. Purchase Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, your ultimate trading mastery system, before December 31st from your local Barnes & Noble store. And you will be given access to not just one, but two exceptional archived courses. Tiger Scaling, The Tiger Butterfly, and Gartley. The Art of Timing the Trade is more than just a book. It's an educational journey that will help you understand the Wall Street greed cycle and learn how to recognize profit from genuine price moves. So, for the cost of just under $30, you will receive in excess of $300 in trading education from Tom O'Brien, TFNN, and Barnes & Noble. And you will be helping to support an important local business, your local bookstore. If you do not have a Barnes & Noble in your community, then go to your local bookstore. We'll be sure to work with them to keep your purchase local. So let's support our local businesses. Keep money in your community and get a great education. But be sure to act now, because you have until December 31st to take advantage of this opportunity. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details. TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakouts gains. Go to TFNN.com today, click Investment Newsletters, and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of the money game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
Give the gift of silver. This holiday season, TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing, allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details. This segment is brought to you by BackTech Environmental. For more information, just click the BackTech banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
It absolutely is, folks. Welcome back. 877-927-6648. Got the Dow up 274. S&P's up 31. Composite up 69. Some strong price moves in the market. Now, what I have up on my screen here right now is the DAX chart. And you've got the DAX is trading out at 5841.75. Actually, up a few pennies from that even. And it is trading out near the high of the day here. You got the DAX is going to close in 6 minutes. So this is going to give you a pretty decent indication, or should give you a decent indication, of where the U.S. market will close. So you've got the DAX here trading out at the top of its range. If we go take a look and see how the FTSE, what they're doing over in the UK. So let's pull the FTSE up here, and you can see the FTSE is up near the top of its range. So you can see the FTSE right now trading out 59 points up higher, up at the 54.24 level, so right up at the top of its range. So there's a second signal. You've got Europe up at the top of its range. You would expect that the you would expect the U.S. to do the same. If we go simply just take a look at the ES Mini, if you followed along in my first hour, and I brought this up during the Money Masters show. Let's take a look at the 10-minute chart that I had up there, was showing the real nice Gartley sell patterns, and when those fail, the 0.786 patterns, when those fail, how they'll turn into butterfly expansion patterns here. Give me a moment while this is refreshing on my screen. There we go. and how those, when they do fail, they'll turn into expansions. In this case here, the 1.272 area failed. That sets up a 1.618. That 1.618 gets us to the 1234 mark. Right now you're trading out on the ES Mini up in the 1230 range. So it's got about another 4 points to move. Excuse me. 4 points to move higher. Oh, this is not good. Sorry about that, folks. And so, how about that? The first actual struggle of the day. And so let me just change my focus. That'll take care of it. Let's go take a look at the currency markets. If we take a look at the currencies, had a request to go take a look at the 30-minute. That's good. We got the guys in the are covering my back. They say I'm going to have a cough button, so that'll be perfect. Now let's take a look at the. I think the request was for the. Was it the pound on the 30-minute? No, it was a euro. So let's go take a look at a euro 30-minute chart. First, I'm going to pull up the pound for you, because you're looking for signals with regard to what is the market going to do here. Now the pound, what you can see. Let me get rid of the stuff here on the screen, and to make it a little bit easier. Now in the pound, when you're taking a look at swing points out here, right now I'm just simply going to go take a look at the swing point here that occurred at 9 a.m. on the 8th of December. And just simply going to use that as just simply one that sticks out for me that I'm taking a look at. And what we can see here is if we go from the high down to the low, we'll see that the pound on the 30-minute chart has done a 0.786 retracement. Now, it did a 0.786 retracement. We know how important these numbers are here. And right now I've got my computer freezing as well. That's a beautiful thing, isn't it? And very strange. So it does a 0.786 retracement. As soon as this thing lets me, we'll go ahead and see that on the 30-minute chart, it made that 0.786, and what it's now also done, it's made a bearish engulfing candle out there. Now, that 30-minute candle is not going to be over for 2 minutes, but I don't see the pound bouncing up from here, and I have no idea. I've just totally lost my mouse as well, so that's all right. So for the next minute or so, because I can't reset, how about that? Can't reset anything. And so if you take a look at the pound, if you're following that on your screen, just go ahead and take a look at the 30-minute chart. You'll see that you've got a bearish engulfing there. That would indicate that there should be some pullback. I know that when I had the 30-minute euro on there was no sign of that as well. So I hope that when we do actually get back from the break and I get my mouse here, my screen working, then I'll be able to show you that chart as well. But so right now you've got the Dow up 269, the S&P's up 30, gold contract is trading up $22, and you've got silver up 67 cents. You've got light sweet crude. Where is the crude oil? Got light sweet crude. That's making a bounce as well, up 3.5%, up $3.25 so far. And folks, you can give me a call 877-927-6648. Would love to hear from you today. Following this show, you want to stay tuned because we got Don Kaufman and absolutely a fabulous options hour. And then from 3 to 4, Ken Shreve. He'll take it. He'll be the warm-up band for Tom today. And you can say, folks, that the Santa Claus Rally has absolutely started, all courtesy of Kathy in New Hampshire. Send her $1, folks. We'll be right back.
Yeah, we'll look at them stars and we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
Did you know that the price of gold is up over 24% this year, while the GDX, the Market Vectors Gold Miners ETF, is actually down 1.4% this year? Not all gold stocks are created equal, and not all gold stocks move with the price of gold. In October, Tom O'Brien recommended a buy of FCX in his gold report, and only 6 trading days later advised his clients to close the position, profiting almost 22% in this one trade. During the same 6 trading days, the price of gold was barely up 5%. Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives investors the inside edge they need to profit in this gold market. Each Monday morning, Tom issues a gold market update at around 9:30 a.m., then issues a full report each Tuesday afternoon. For as low as $75 per month, you can gain access to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. To order your gold report with a free 30-day trial subscription, log on to TFNN.com today or call 877-518-9190.
Are your cable rates rising? Tired of being pushed around by your provider? It's time to push back. Cut the cable and get Dish Network installed with absolutely no equipment to buy. Here's the best part. Packages start at just $24.99 a month for an entire year. That's right. Call now and get Dish Network installed free. Plus your choice of HBO, Cinemax, or Stars free for 3 months. If you call in right now, Dish Network will also throw in free HD for life. PMG Dish, a Dish Network authorized retailer, is waiting for your call and can have you watching TV as soon as tomorrow. Call 800-565-8010. Imagine all your favorite movies, sports, and shows in crystal clear digital quality for far less money, and you won't have to deal with the cable company anymore. At only $24.99 per month, they're practically giving it away. Call now for full details. Call 800-565-8010. That's 800-565-8010. Again, 800-565-8010. Limited time offer, prices, packages, and programming subject to change without notice. 24-month agreement required. Cancellation fees, auto pay, and paperless billing and other restrictions apply. Call for details.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Harmony Gold. For more information, just click the Harmony Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. Thanks so much for joining me. And, you know, apparently inside this office, everything is getting a little bit of a bug, if you will. We had that mouse that apparently caught the bug that Tom and I have. And so we've put that out of commission. We got a new one. We're going to have to, get that thing healed, get its batteries recharged. I think that's all it needs. And what I've got up on the screen right now is the euro-US dollar currency pair. It is really important, in these markets to understand what's going on with the currency pairs. So what I actually have up on the screen here right now is the 120-minute chart. Now, the reason why I'm bringing that up is because my clients and I, we were short the market coming into the lows that were made on December, December the 14th. We switched and actually went long at around 2 o'clock in the afternoon on the 14th, when I saw this bearish engulfing candle. Because one, we had the euro make a move of a move, and when you make a move of a move, what you're looking for is you're looking for some other clue that the market wants to go in another direction. This is short term, if you will, folks. When I say short term, not necessarily a day or what have you. In this case here, we had that nice bullish engulfing candle that took place. It confirmed right here. You can see that now when you make this candle, that was actually at the 2 o'clock time frame. What becomes your support area is actually the candle that the low of either the candle itself, the bullish engulfing, or the candle before that it actually engulfed. Or if it engulfs more than one candle, it could be the low there. In this case here, would have been the low coming into the 12 noon time frame on December 14th. You can see that area never got tested at the lows. It got tested as far as the candle is concerned, but was rejected in the 6 a.m. time frame on December the 15th. Why do I bring that up? Because if we just simply go from the high at 10 a.m. on December the 13th, there the euro was up at the high there was 132.54, all the way down to the low that we're talking about on December the 14th. So we go from the high to the low. The 0.618, folks, one right here is you can see that this 0.618 is exactly on the one. When I say exactly, right, we use a little bit of a range here. But if you're looking at my crosshair going across, you can see in the last 120 minutes where we hit that. Well, folks, that was in the session that ended at 10 o'clock. So by noon, when we're in that session right now, it's 11:36. What you can see is we have the exact opposite actually taking place right now. What we've got at that candle is a bearish engulfing candle that has taken place. Well, how do you know that? Well, first in this case here, and you want to be taking a look at signs like that because they give you some pretty good signals. We were looking at the 30-minute chart on the Great British Pound and how that was not giving us, that was giving us a signal that there was also a bearish engulfing that had completed there. Here, I didn't see the same thing on the 30-minute chart, but want to point out to you the longer-term charts actually have more meaning than the shorter-term charts. The shorter-term, it's all breathing patterns. But right now, what you're looking at is if the euro on the 120-minute chart closes below 130.795, and right now you're trading at 137.15, that's going to give you a bearish engulfing at a 0.618 retracement. Probably, as I draw this, there's probably an ABC. That might give you a little bit of a Gartley sell pattern, quite frankly. And so that is not what you want to see. In fact, it does give you an ABC. That's not what you want to see if you're playing this Santa Claus rally, folks, because if you take a look at this, I'll go ahead and I'll draw the pattern in here. You know what that does set up? That does set up a retracement, even if you've got the DAX and the FTSE closing up at their highs. There's the colorful pattern that is drawn in there. And what you would expect to see is you would expect to see that pull back to the 0.618 area of that total move. Where would that put the euro, folks? That would put the euro all the way back here in the 130 range. And what was at the time frame of the 130 range? Well, that's where we actually saw a little bit of a liftoff of the Santa Claus rally, which was 4 a.m. That's where the euro decided to break out. 877-927-6648. You got the Dow up 268. We'll be right back, folks.
Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Give the gift of silver. This holiday season, TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only. And one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks. Just a simple drawing, allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Rand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650. I should get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
Yeah, I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's just wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by South American Silver Corporation. For more information, just click the South American Silver Corporation banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. The Dow's up 267. S&P up 29. And, folks, it would be inappropriate for me to come to you today without bearing gifts, right? You got the Santa Claus rally. You got Hanukkah, I believe, starts tonight. Happy Hanukkah to everyone out there. And, so I am absolutely coming to you bearing gifts here. And some of those gifts, so stay tuned, okay? Because I'm going to give you a gift that absolutely will help you forever. And, this is all about, hopefully you're watching us on Tiger TV because you got the vision, over my shoulder right in front of you with regard to how does a tiger make money. Because what I know is that a tiger, and that's what you are, a tiger, a tigress, you take advantage of every opportunity that the market presents to you. We don't chase after things. We wait for setups because we know there's normal breathing patterns. Sometimes you miss out on a trade. But trust me, there's always another trade happening. We're in a huge, volatile marketplace, and there's another trade that will be set up. And you're going to miss some trades to the upside, to the downsides. But what a tiger or tigress always does, what everybody always does, is they make constant and never-ending improvements a must. And it's so important to make that a must in your life. Each of us around here, whether it's Tom, whether it's Basil, whether it's David, whether it's Larry, Ken Shreve, Don Kaufman, myself, we are always making constant and never-ending improvements. We learn from each other. We learn from you, if you will. And it's always so important to keep that up there. And what I want you to do is create this vision of unstoppable success. So what's the gift? What is it that I want to give you? Well, you know how I talk about the importance of understanding the one thing that you can control in this business, which is risk. Understanding the control of that 1%, so important in your trading because you can risk 1%, such a small amount, and make so much money. Right now, the annual return on my newsletter is like 72% right now. We're only risking 1%, sometimes less than 1%. But forget about that. What I also want you to understand is when you're placing these trades, I want you to understand the average true range of the trades. That's your daily volatility because I don't want you to put a lot of work into it and then just get knocked out. And this will help you so much. And, folks, nothing can have more impact on your trading than making sure that you've got the right position size. So you've got it. The gift that I'm going to give you, the first gift, because there's many gifts, right? More than one gift. The first gift is going to be the use of the position size calculator. It's absolutely free. No strings attached. No nothing, okay? What I want you to do, I've got the homepage of TFNN up on my screen right now. In the carousel, that's what we call this area here that's kind of in the center left, if you will. You will see a little button that says the power of position sizing. Now, and then there's a Learn More button. So you got just a couple clicks away. You click on the Learn More button, and what you're going to see, folks, is a couple options for you. Number one, For those of you that haven't actually gone through the presentation on how to use the calculator, what have you, there's a video, there's a 60-minute video that I did, shows you how to use that. For those of you that have and you're ready to get started because you watched me use it on Tiger TV, all you have to do is just click the button right here. You just click there, and you're going to be able to get the use of the position size calculator. And I want you to, so go over to the homepage of TFNN and use that position size calculator. Understand the average true range on anything that you're getting in there. If you've got questions on how to use it, even if you're a little bit confused after you've gone through the actual webinar that we did, you give me a call here, send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. But please, I can't give you a more important gift than helping you understand the 1% rule, helping you understand what the average true range is so you understand the volatility of what it is that you're trading, as well as understanding the position size. And it's so important, and I just, let me just throw up, sometimes you're not going to be able to be inside every move. We did go long December 14th. We went long on the TNA. I play the triples a lot, especially in these volatile markets. We moved our stop up to break even a couple of days ago. We did that. We ended up getting stopped out yesterday afternoon. It's a pity because you've got the TNAs trading up at 43.62 right now, up 10%. We ended up going into our expectancy table, if you will. This is what you really want to understand about any system that you trade, because when you understand this, then you're able to actually take the trades whenever they exist out there. And that's what it's really all about. That's about learning how to play the money game. And so I want you to use that position size calculator. That's what's done here. That's helped us to give the results, as well as understanding those patterns that are out there. And, folks, let's go to John in Sarasota. John, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding.
Hi, Steve.
How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for taking my call.
Oh, my pleasure. Good to hear your voice.
YCS.
YCX. So YCS. Okay. Give me a second here. Let me pull that up. So YCS. Tell me what you're doing with it as I'm pulling this stuff up on my screen here.
Well, I'm trying to go long on it, I guess. It's the yen, but I don't think it's going to move.
Okay, so we got YCS. What is YCS? I'm having trouble pulling it.
That's the yen.
Oh, it's the yen. Okay. So you're playing the yen here. All right, and let me actually go over to the yen. Can I do that?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go over. Let me go over to the yen first, and then we'll try to pull it up once we're inside the yen. So give me a break here. Come on, screen. There we go. Okay, so we got the yen. And what the yen is doing right now, trading out at 77.78. And, this is trying to complete an A to B equals. The yen has been traveling sideways here. And if we just simply take a look, we had that that intervention from the Japanese government on October 31st. The low went from 75.49 all the way up to the high of 79.52. And right now, if we just simply, I just want to see this. I haven't paid much attention here on the yen. Been watching too much euro action, too much Great British pound action, and that's not showing me anything here. Let me dig down. Were you looking at this really just for a day trade or something, John? Or
short term.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the yen hasn't given us any great signal. I guess what you'd like to see today. And is the YCS, that would be going long the yen or short the?
I think that's short the yen, yeah.
Short the yen. Okay, so here's the trade setup that you'd want to be taking a look at. And what you'd like to see is the yen today close below 77.70. You're trading right now, 77.774. So you want to see it get, 77.07. Just a James Bond number. You want to see this thing close below 77.07. But if you stay on and hold, I'll dig down a little bit further for you, okay?
I will.
All right. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back, folks.
Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the opening call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his opening call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his opening call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the opening call, a $64 value, visit tfnn.com today.
Hi, folks. Steve Rhodes here. Tom O'Brien and I need your help. Together, let's change the cash for gold industry once and for all. Now is the time to unleash the game changer, and that's you, folks. We've all seen the power of viral marketing. It's overthrown dictators, and now it's time to rid the thieves in this cash for gold industry. Together, we can change this industry in a heartbeat. You know about our industry-leading payouts, our free tools, our video valuation, and the education that we provide to help folks value their jewelry. Tom and I are experts and the industry's most trusted team. Please join us now by spreading the word to your entire email list. We'll pay you 5% of the total payout, which on average would be $50 per transaction. 100 transactions is $5,000 in your pocket. We'd rather put our marketing dollars in your pocket and more money in your referrals pocket. Go to TigerMetalExchange.com and click on the Become a Partner button to join our team. Let's start a revolution, folks. We can't do it without you. TigerMetalExchange.com, the only click you need to make. Studies show that 10,000 hours is what it takes to achieve outstanding results, unless you use the power of leverage. The power of leverage, folks, is key to attaining outstanding success in your trading and investing. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, and author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter. Let me take your trading to a new level, a whole new level. Let me teach you the secrets that the real money masters use each and every day to produce consistent financial results. On top of that, I'll transform your life in ways you never thought imaginable. You'll overcome hurdles like an Olympian. Here's the beauty. I'm so certain that I'll transform your life. I'm giving you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Time, folks. Something you'll never get back. The time is now to take action. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and order Mastering Probability. It'll change your life forever.
Homeowners, did you know a burglar could break into your home and get away in just 5 minutes? A locked door may not be enough to keep a thief out of your home. Think about what you can lose, and then think about this. Now you can get a free security system monitored by ADT, the leader in home security. Pick up your phone now and get free hardware, free medical and fire alert, and free activation. It's an $850 value. Just call Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, at 1-800-949-8207. You'll get 24-hour protection, and there's no cost for parts or activation. So call now about a free security system monitored by ADT. Call 1-800-949-8207. $99 installation charge. 36-month monitoring agreement at $35.99 a month. Call for terms and conditions to this offer and protect your home license numbers. Call now. 1-800-949-8207. That's 1-800-949-8207.
Go long, America! Purchase Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, your ultimate trading mastery system. Before December 31st, you will receive in excess of $300 in trading education.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. Dow's up 282. S&P's up 30. And we're on the line with John in Sarasota. And, John, thanks again for calling in. Now, what are you watching this on TigerTV?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So what I've got is I went and I drilled down into the yen, U.S. dollar, Japanese yen currency pair. And what I've got is a 30-minute chart, which is always good to take a look at a 30-minute chart. And what I want to do is I really want to be able to teach you and all of my clients to be able to trade the currency market. And I want to be able to help you do that as opposed to playing the ETF structure there. And the reason is because so much is taking place overnight that it just makes it so difficult unless you're really looking for a longer-term move when you take a look at playing a currency pair. So I think the ETF structures, are better to give you the opportunity from a longer-term move than a shorter-term move because there's so much activity that goes on when those things aren't being traded, and you can miss out by so much. In this case here, you had the yen against the U.S. dollar. You can take a look at this long-range bar here that on the 30-minute chart was taking place at, 2200, so what's that, 10 o'clock, 10:30 in the evening. And what you can see what the yen has done, it's made this nice A to B equals CD pattern that one showed that it would complete at the 77.7091. Now you can see that from the A to the B, what the software that I'm using here does, it keeps the same angle on the C to the D move here. And so it moves down from that high there of 78.15, moves down, does about a 30, moves down to the 77.81 area. That's the B point. Moves back up, and looks like the C point is right here at around 1700, so what is that, 5 p.m. Yesterday. And then what's it do? It makes a full A to B equals CD down. Now, when it was making that move down, John, it was trading on the right side of this. So it was giving us a pretty good indication that it was only going to complete a one-to-one move because it was showing that it was weaker on the way down. The C to D leg was weaker than the A to B leg. Do you see that?
Yeah.
If this move here had been on the left side, then I would say it would be more likely that you would make more than a one-to-one A to B equals C to D. So whatever tool you might use when you take a look at ABC moves, you want to see which side of the that's one thing you're going to look at. You're going to look at maybe long-range bars and so forth. But what this did, you can see it made just really, it had a price projection of 77.7091. It actually got down to 77.7060. I mean, just perfect. And then from there, and what you also had was it really set up a Gartley buy in this case here. And if I just draw that in, you're going to see that it was just around a 0.786 retracement here. So it sets up a nice Gartley buy pattern that we've got. And so at this stage here, what this says to me, this says that the yen right now trading out at 77, 76 range. What it should at least do is move up to this 0.382 area here, the 77.87. And, so from a short-term standpoint, you are much, much better off actually playing the physical currency pair than the ETF structure.
Okay.
Is that okay? And I'm going to teach you, all right?
Okay.
That is my mission. I'm going to teach John, I'm going to teach every one of my clients how to be able to trade the currency pairs. Because what's so nice about the currency pairs, folks, is that there is just absolutely good breathing patterns out there, and you can use really great money management techniques. And you talk about leverage, so you can use great money management techniques, and you've got wonderful leverage out there. Thanks for being here with me. Folks, stay tuned. You got Don Kaufman coming up. I'll be back at about 9:06 sharp tomorrow morning. Have a great day. See you then. Bye-bye now.